What do you think our mayor should be doing to stop the violence in Baltimore? What are your thoughts on that, Chris?
God bless her. Wow. I think she needs to get up off her tail and actually meet the people. You can only make but so many speeches and go to so many rallies and go to so many marches and make a difference. When you actually see how people are living, when you live among the people, that's when you are able to help them, because you're living the nightmare yourself. You cannot help someone that you cannot relate to. Not to say that I cannot relate to a crack addict unless I've been on crack, but I have to have had some kind of experience where I need help so I can help you too. You have a person who is in power who, as long as she signs some petitions, as long as she makes a few speeches, she has her check and she's fine. She's still living off the legacy of her father, who folk didn't like anyway. But the truth of the matter is that when you get to a place of realizing that you're only going to stay in office if the people like you. You're only going to stay in office if the people like you. Okay? They're going to vote you back in if they really care for you. Well, in her case, sometimes it's who you know to get you there, which know to keep you there. And in some folks' cases, it's who you know and who you blow. But anyway, all I'm saying is if she relates to the people, then I think she'll be able to get more change in the city. It's not always about higher police patrol, because the police are some of the most corrupt people we have. The police are placed there, and they're the ones who put the drugs in our community. They're the ones who are having people do sexual favors so they don't have to pay tickets. You know, so it's about community involvement. You cannot be a politician if you don't understand the people that you're serving.
Imani.
He said everything I wanted to say and better. So that's my answer as well.
How about you, Darius?
I'll second that note.
All right, then we'll move on to the next question. Do you guys think that Black people are overlooking problems in our own communities? Chris?
I think we've gotten comfortable in being mediocre. I think we've gotten comfortable in having a Jim Crow mindset. I think when it's just like the mindset of, if you take an elephant and you tie him to a post that's too heavy for him to walk away from, then he's going to get used to being tied to that post. So then you control his mind so much, you can just tie him to a grain of rice, and he still thinks that he's tied to that post. Our people have gotten sedentary in mediocrity. They have gotten comfortable in a slave mindset. And so when we have issues such as hunger, when we have issues such as we have new metal detectors but old books, we have teachers who come straight out of college and have no real experience, and our old teachers who actually taught us good things, they're now out of work. When we get to a place where our elders have to go back to work because they can't get Social Security, something's not right there. With the Trayvon Martin verdict, we have people focusing on the boy and his family. We need to let him rest. This should be a wake-up call so that our people can say, okay, it's not just Trayvon. We have so many young Black men being killed every day, not just by the other, but by ourselves. When we focus on our community, again, the idea of a communal mindset, it's not the individual. His parents said the other day on television, we want our son to rest. You have to let him rest, but you have to keep the movement alive. Too many times we focus on one particular issue. Civil rights is plural. It's about the rights of the people. It's about our people having security. And so when you focus on one thing, you neglect everything else. And while you neglect everything else, your enemy is coming in and terrorizing everything you're neglecting.
Imani? Sure. Are black people overlooking problems in our own community?
Yeah. I think we see what we want to see. We are complacent, you know. Oh, that's fine. That's the way it is. It's been this way for a while, so we don't need to change it. It ain't broke, or so we don't think, you know. And if some people have to be shown that it really is broke, you know. And I think that from the Trayvon Martin case, we see that the system is broke, and we see the same thing in our own communities. And sure, we want justice for Trayvon, but Trayvon is resting. He's gone. So in our own communities, we have to look at the other Trayvons that are still here and get that justice for them while they are still here. And so I think that a lot of people go out and rally and protest because Trayvon's gone and not for the person that's still alive, because it's more you can do when someone's still here, but it's less you can do when the person is gone. And I think they take the easy way out and focus on the one that's gone as opposed to the one that's here, if that makes sense. Yeah, if you know. But I think that we aren't focusing on the things that we can actually do at home, because home is where the heart is. Home is fine. Nothing's wrong with our home. Everybody come in, you know. But you look at everybody else's problems and you see what's going on in Florida. We want to ban Florida, but we need to ban some parts of Baltimore as well and understand, you know, that we have our own injustices ourselves within our own communities, within different neighborhoods, you know, from east side to west side, there's injustice. Some people can't even go over east side who are from west side because they're from west side, you know. So we have to think about what we feel is important in our mindset. Like, what are we doing? You know, like why does it matter where you're from, where I'm from? Why does it matter if a white man killed the black man when we also have the black man killing the black man? So maybe we should start focusing on ourselves before we can focus on anything else, because, you know, we have, how do I put this? There was a time when there was segregation, and during that time we were all together, all educated together, all working together. We didn't have to worry about the white man because we were getting our stuff together. But then integration came. We had to worry about pleasing this guy. We had to worry about, you know, because we had to compete with each other just to make the white man happy as well. So where am I getting to? But we at that point we were working on ourselves. You know, we didn't have to worry about anything else. But now that we have other things to worry about, we're just so in tune with the white man, we're losing touch of ourselves. And so that's just how I feel. I mean, I think that we're not looking at the right thing. I mean, we should definitely look at, you know, why our people are being murdered by a white man and the injustice behind that, because the black man is murdering the black man, but he's going to jail. The white man could get away with it. That's a problem in itself. But we also need to think about how to stop these murders at home.
All right. Darius, you have anything to add?
Yeah, I definitely think we are overlooking that, but I think we're overlooking it because no one wants to talk bad about themselves. So we overlook it for that standpoint. I also think that black people, us as black people, we also go back to being enslaved. So when we hear about a white man killing a black, of course, we jump right on it. But it goes back to my first point. No one wants to admit their own problems and stuff like that. Because people, I've said it myself. I said it earlier today. I said black people dying every day. You know, but that's only because that's our mindset. That's our complacency within ourselves. We see it every day and don't think it's a problem. But as soon as we hear about a white man doing it, it's a problem. So yeah, I definitely think that we overlook some things, but I just think people are complacent, and you can't make a person change until they want to change.
I think that white people, not all, some, want us to think that this is all we can do and want us to think that, you know, that's okay, and have us stay in that mindset that, okay, black people die every day. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to kill each other, die. You know, that's our lives. So just to piggyback on what he said.
All right.